Led Zeppelin, Al Green, Frank Sinatra. All of these people have influenced cultures through one medium, music. Music is just a series of random frequencies that when combined can dominate multiple aspects of someone's personality. Although many people constantly listen to music throughout the day, it affects everyone in different ways in areas of decision-making, emotional state, psychological health, and creative output, suggesting that music has a dominating effect on multiple aspects of personality and everyday life.
We visited Teller's, a popular pub in Golden, for this immersion. The band played cover songs and focused on the blues genre. We noticed that when the band played, the general energy in the pub matched the tone of the music. As the band played depressing songs, the people began talking quieter and it seemed like the mood was brought way down. We saw a clear correlation between the tone of the music being played and the general mood of the pub. Every day of our lives, our actions are influenced by music. Commercial advertising is the number one example where music can be seen influencing human action. Through the process of classical conditioning, companies use different styles of music to access different emotions from the viewers. The psychological process of classical conditioning occurs when a feeling is associated with a product or vice versa. In this example, a dog is classically conditioned to salivate upon ringing a bell. This is done by ringing a bell every time the dog sees food. By associating the bell sound with food, the dog is trained to salivate every time it hears that tone. The same thing is done with companies and their products through the use of music. Coke, for example, associates their product with happiness, as exemplified in the popular slogan, Open Happiness, aired between 2009 and 2016. This Coke commercial does just that. Pay attention to the music.
The first thing that I want to do, make sure that you feel it too, so I'm not the only one.
Utilizing upbeat music in the advertisement, consumers are classically conditioned to associate happiness with Coke, therefore influencing their enjoyment of the product and the probability of them buying another one. In a study published in the May issue of the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, subjects who were asked to listen to violent songs reacted to a series of tests in a more aggressive manner. When asked to express the first word that popped into their head, they would answer with hostile associated words. This proves that all kinds of music affect human action and reaction, whether or not in a negative or positive manner. Through advertisements or through physical attributes, music is proven to influence human actions either positively or negatively.
One of the most important influence music has on life is its ability to create new music. Every musician has been influenced by someone before them. For example, Tupac wasn't born with one style of rap in mind. He listened to groups such as NWA that sparked his own style, and his way of rap influenced the next generation to create a new style. Music reproduces itself like this and becomes immortal as long as people still want to create new things. For this aspect, we interviewed a local music producer who goes by the name Zuccotti.
As I grew older, I started doing music more like computerized music.
Zuccotti had no initial interest in music, but all it took was someone to influence him, and it sparked a very successful 4-year career that continues to thrive. Another example of music influencing people is with the 80s rock icon Bruce Springsteen. He stated once in an interview, "It reached down and touched what little worldliness a 15-year-old high school kid had in New Jersey at the time. Bob freed the mind the way Elvis freed the body." Discussing this powerful effect Bob Dylan had on him gives a sense of reality to his music. It shows that he was strongly affected by another artist.
People listen to music daily. Depending on the type of music they listen to, it puts a person in a different mood. While listening to rap or club music, many people want to dance, whereas classical music makes a person more calm and focused. This shows that music does affect mood. Jeff Talley has been teaching music for over 30 years. When asked how music influences him, he replied, "Music is a part of every emotion. When you are sad, you play happy music to cheer up, or maybe you want to be sad for a bit and you play sad music." As someone who's been teaching for that long, he has seen many people influenced by music. From a more scientific standpoint, it has been proven that music does affect emotion. Penn State did a study to prove this. Their research showed that certain types of music can make people happy. Certain tunes cause the release of serotonin and dopamine in the brain that make you feel good and happy. It also releases norepinephrine, which is a hormone that invokes feelings of euphoria. This proves that music can and will change the mood of the listener when listened to.
Music has many psychological benefits for individuals.
According to Dr. Jeremy Dean, humans perceive body language on others, saying, in other words, people projected the mood of the music they're listening to onto other people's faces. Dean states that the music changes outlook on life and determines the way that emotions are interpreted. The kind of music that someone listens to affects the way that the brain sees the world, and it changes human perception entirely. In addition, music is actually used as a therapy treatment for people with psychological ailments. The American Music Therapy Association has a list of proven effects of music on a human, saying that music therapy programs can be designed to achieve goals such as managing stress, enhancing memory, and alleviating pain. Music therapy is a proven method for treating a wide variety of psychological disorders, the most common being depression and anxiety. Music has been shown to help with everything relating to the brain, including mood and mental health. Music has been used globally for years as a proven medical treatment for psychology patients.
Listen to this audio from an ad campaign and try to tell what company produced it. Is it A, Fantastic Sam's, B, American Red Cross, or C, Heineken? Is it A, Captain Crunch, B, Zales, or C, Maryland Lynch Investing?
The reason big companies select these songs for their commercials is because they're trying to get the viewer to feel something that they want associated to their product.
Advertising is based on one thing: happiness. And you know what happiness is? Happiness is the smell of a new car. It's freedom from fear. It's a billboard on the side of the road that screams with reassurance that whatever you're doing, it's okay.
For Heineken, they played a party song because they want people to associate the party with Heineken. Zales wants you to associate that slow song with love, as that is what they're selling.
Music. They saw fireworks. Multiple areas of their brains were lighting up at once as they processed the sound, took it apart to understand elements like melody and rhythm, and then put it all back together into unified musical experience. And our brains do all this work in the split second between when we first hear the music and when our foot starts to tap along. But when scientists turn from observing the brains of music listeners to those of musicians, the little backyard fireworks became a jubilee. It turns out that while listening to music engages the brain in some pretty interesting activities, playing music is the brain's equivalent of a full-body workout.
Music is not only a way for listeners to pass the time, but music also influences major aspects of human life. It can help people cope with depression, PTSD, or even just help get someone through a tough breakup. It helps companies sell their products, and it helps consumers enjoy the commercials that they're watching. Music heavily influences daily life in people around the world.